c4, c5, knight c3, knight f6, g3, d5, c takes d5, knight takes d5, bishop g2, knight c7, d3, e5, bishop e3, bishop e7, rook c1, castle kingside, knight a4, b6, bishop takes a8, knight takes a8, knight f3, knight c6, castle kingside, knight c7, a3, bishop b7, b4, c takes b4, a takes b4, bishop takes b4, d4, e takes d4, bishop takes d4, knight e6, bishop b2, queen e7, knight c3, rook d8, knight d5, queen f8, queen b3, knight cd4, knight takes d4, bishop takes d5, queen a4, a5, knight c6, queen e8, queen c2, bishop takes c6, queen takes c6, queen takes c6, rook takes c6, bishop c5, rook a1, h5, e3, rook d3, h4, king f8, rook c8 check, king e7, rook h8, rook b3, rook a2, a4, bishop takes g7, a3, bishop e5, b5, rook b8, king d7, g4, h takes g4, h5, knight g5, king f1, knight f3, bishop g7, king c7, rook g8, b4, rook a1, a2, h6, rook b1 check, king e2, f6, bishop takes f6, bishop d4, bishop d8 check, king c6, rook takes a2, b3, rook g6 check, king d7, Rook A5. Rook E1 check. King D3. Knight E5 check. King takes D4. Knight takes G6. Rook D5 check. King E6. Rook G5. B2. Rook takes G6 check. King F7. Rook G7 check. King E6. Rook G6 check. King F7. Rook G7 check. King E6. Rook E7 check. King F5. Rook F7 check. King G6. Rook F6 check. King H7. Rook B6. B1 promotes to Queen. Rook takes B1. Rook takes B1. King E4. King takes H6. King F4. King H5. King G3. Rook H1. King G2. Rook H3. Bishop C7. Rook F3. Bishop F4. King G6. King G1. King F5. King G2. King E4. King G1. King D3. King G2. King D2. King G1. King E2. King G2. King D1. King G1. King E1. King G2. King E2. Bishop G3. King D3. Bishop F4. King E4. King G1. King D3. King G2.